Hey you, did you know that there are guitars being made in the world that aren't being made by Gibson but are completely awesome? Hell, you could even say they either give them a run for their money or they blow them completely out of the water. Welcome to the first ever episode of Not a Gibson. For some weird reason, you guys love it when I do a guitar review, which is bizarre because this is a recording studio focused channel, and I am definitely not the world's greatest guitar player out there, that's for sure. There's so many other channels with such better guitar players, but here we are. You guys keep coming back over and over and over again. And over the years, there's a couple of truths I've learned. Number one, you can spend a lot of money on a guitar that came off an assembly line, and you might not get the greatest quality. And the second thing is there's a lot of independent guitar builders out there that will build you something incredible for the same amount of money. Now, today's guitar is featured from a brand from Berlin.
Nie wieder Berlin.
Yeah, I got to go to Berlin last summer and I had a really good time, but I didn't know these guys were located there.
Da fahre ich doch die Karre lieber über eine Klippe, bevor ich wieder nach Berlin fahre.
And the weird thing is I ran into these guys in Mannheim at the Guitar Summit show, and they were showing off this really cool instrument that's really unique, and I guarantee you will never find anything like this in the Gibson custom shop. I love working with the small builders because they're gonna put the time in on their instruments and give you something truly unique and really amazing. So that's why I'm gonna call this show from now on Not a Gibson. So I had this come in a couple weeks ago. It's just kind of been sitting here waiting for me to get all the other stuff I got to do out of the way. It's just been play with me. And I finally got it here. Let's throw it up on the table and see what we get. Now, the brand is called Hapas. I first met him at NAMM, and we've been going back and forth for the last couple of years trying to get something on the show, and it's finally here. I'd like to thank the guys for putting something together for me. I really hope that this is as good as the one I saw in Mannheim. That's all I can say. Ooh, what do we get here? We get nice soft shell case. Okay, actually, shit, look at that. That's not quite a gig bag, that's a gator case. And it's a soft case. That's really cool. I like this idea because it's gonna take up less space in my studio because I already don't have any space at all. All right, let's get rid of the box. And ooh, it's so shiny. Yeah, just looking at the plastic bag here, this should probably say bass players, this is not a toy, choking hazard, that kind of thing. That's a really nice case, actually. Shit. You know, there's a little bit of padding here. This is definitely protecting the guitar, would definitely help prevent it from being damaged on its trip over from Berlin.
Nie wieder Berlin.
Now you guys are gonna see this first. I got no idea what it's gonna look like. Let's see what we get. Oh, what do we got? Ooh, okay, that's, wow. Damn! Holy shit, look at that. Let's pull that out. That's what she said. Oh man, it's got some heft. There's even a strap in there. Ooh. Oh, look at that, that's interesting. No backplate. I can see why. How's that gonna work? I don't know. What am I looking at? What makes this guitar so unique? Check this out. This is a baritone, but this is the coolest thing ever. It's designed to be tuned down like an octave, but this is what makes this guitar so unique. It's got an Evertune. Now, I got to try those out in Mannheim last fall, and the guitar blew me away because you can just do incredible, crazy downtune stuff with this, and it stays in tune. I've played Evertune guitars before, but I've never seen one tuned down this low before and doing this kind of thing. I'm saying, you won't get this in the Gibson factory. You got to go to Berlin to make that happen.
Nie wieder Berlin.
Ooh, I think we got to plug it in and try it out. So I'm a little delinquent here, I'll be honest. I plugged this guitar in and I've just been playing it nonstop for the last hour because it's so much fun. This thing is just nuts. I was a little worried about the guitar not having a cover on the back, but I see what they were going for and it's absolutely fine. I was worried about tearing up the clothes and whatnot. Suppose you could always put some duct tape on the back of this or something. I'm really kind of curious why there is no cover here. I'll have to ask the Hapas guys about that, but yeah, this is really something. Wow. The best thing about it is, yeah, the Evertune. This is crazy. And for all you guys who are going, why don't you just play a bass? Because this plays like a guitar and it has the Evertune, so it will stay in tune no matter what. Let me show you what's up here. Inaugural test drive of the Bad Cat Lynx amp back there as well. Gotta say, it's getting some pretty interesting results. So yeah, let's hear this thing, shall we? there? I did. That's Reaper's live monitoring screwing me yet again. What the hell, Cocos? Let's get that fixed. I swear, I used to edit all of these out. No more. Every time Reaper glitches my audio, I'm leaving it in so you guys can hear what a pile of crap it is on the M1 Max. Hey guys, guess what? The x86 architecture is over. Get with the times. Update your code. We can't keep doing things like this. Sorry to get off topic there. Anyway, my point being is this guitar is just absolutely fucking bananas. It's so much fun. It plays so nice. It's just flawless in every way. You can tell whoever worked on this really gave a fuck about the instrument that they're putting out there. This is a level of craftsmanship, you know, you just don't get off an assembly line. Like, the fretwork is just beautiful. They did such a wonderful job on this. I mean, all the edges are, you know, very well thought out, just slightly sanded off. They did a beautiful finish here. You know, there's no flaws, no dents, no dings, no tooling marks, no glue all over the fretboard. It's almost like Hapas gives a shit about the instruments that people are buying off them and wants to make sure they can make the best guitars possible. Wow! What a novel idea! But yeah, when it comes to playability, I mean, this guitar is absolute perfection right out of the box. The action is insane. This has got to be one of the finest guitars I've ever played. This thing is just nuts. And that's why we don't do it on a bass, because you can just fucking shred on this thing. And I'm sure a million guys out there can shred on this guitar way better than I ever could. But that's the point, though. You can play those low octave notes and just burn around the fretboard and do some really absolutely insane stunts that you would not be able to pull off on a bass. And that you can't do on a bass, not without, you know, majorly fatiguing your arm. So this has a major advantage if you want to go extreme downtune like that. Yes, you could hit the same notes with the bass, but the strings are much bigger and they're going to go out of tune and you're going to have a hard time tapping. You're going to have a hard time doing trem picking, any of that kind of stuff on a bass guitar. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm going to say it's much more difficult. This makes playing with any kind of speed on a low octave much simpler to do. So that's the whole point there. So all you guys out there who are dragging their knuckles on the floor over the keyboard and say, oh, just get a bass. Shut the fuck up! Now this guitar does what many, many other guitars do, and that has two humbuckers to pick up the sound of the string moving differently at this part of the body. Definitely got a bit spankier kind of sound. That's kind of fun. And what's even cooler is we get a coil tap or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And so we get a single coil action going on. Even works on the bridge humbucker. That is insane. That's all kinds of spank, which would be probably pretty cool in a mix as well, because you could have, you know, a normal tune guitar playing, and then if you want to get a lot more definition, you could just throw this into single coil mode and away you go. That is just way too much fun. Holy crap. I've never seen a guitar like this before. I've played some baritones, but nothing this absolutely fucking mental and nothing this well built. Oh yeah, I'm just looking at that. That's not a pickguard. That's actually finished on the guitar like that. Gotta say, the two-tone's pretty cool. I think the red looks really great, guys. Nice job there. Oh yeah, that's the great thing about Evertunes as well. I love showing this off. So we're just gonna pick the guitar up by the strings and play. Absolutely perfect every single time. These kind of guitars are a dream to work with in the studio, especially if you're doing a long day of tracking. You can save yourself hours by not having to retune every take or 2 takes. Especially in a room like this, you know, it's hyper insulated and it's small. Usually it's okay when I'm playing in here by myself, but we get 3 or 4 bodies in. We have to retune the guitars every single time. We do a take because, you know, the humidity goes up and it does weird things to the wood, and it could just be a bit of a nightmare. I'm sure a lot of you guys are struggling with that sort of thing too. So yeah, never tune makes a lot of sense. Now, what would be the point of a guitar like this? Obviously, if you're a gent kid, it's kind of a no-brainer. It does the low string da-da-da-da-da-da thing really well that I'm not going to try and play because that's not my thing. But I'm going to tell you this. I've been playing, you know, open C tuning since about 94, 95. And recently I've got back into playing just on 6s and normal tuned guitars because I found it to be a lot of fun. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember how much fun I was playing this high up and doing all the cool shit, you know, like off all the Megadeth and Metallica records and that kind of stuff, into the Van Halen stuff, because that was either all tuned standard or just down half a step, that kind of thing. It wasn't one of these insane low tunings. So for a studio application, I think this would be a great guitar as, say, a blender, because you could take a guitar tuned standard and then have this playing on the octave below it on, say, tracks. If you had 4 rhythm tracks, you'd use the standard for tracks 1 and 2 and then have this guy for tracks 3 and 4 and have a cool blend going on and get you that much bigger of a sound. It will probably help you find something maybe a little bit more unique than what's going on in the metal scene today. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to play 4 tracks in a mix and take this in and out and show you what kind of depth this can add to your song. Hit it! Of course, the key to any great guitar sound is a great speaker. So for this demo, I'm running a pair of those amazing Mototone BV25Ms I found a couple months back into that custom 2x12, and I'm running the Bad Cat head right here, and I'm just thrilled with the tones I'm getting here. I've been working with the Mototone stuff for the last couple months, and really they've blown me away. They're a wonderful alternative to what else is out there. They've got a really cool old school kind of sound without the insane old school price tag, that's for sure. Definitely recommend checking out some of the Mototone stuff. I know you're gonna like the results you get. That is absolutely bananas. I am in love with this instrument. Did I mention how comfy it is? Oh yeah, right. Almost forgot the signature move of the Spectre Sound guitar review. The strap on. I mean, put a strap on. Let's see what we got. Okay, we've got our super evil guitar strap here with the cool skull thing. You guys ever hear the joke there? Why'd the headbanger cross the road? Because he's a gullible moron who'll buy anything with skulls on it. Exhibit fucking A right here. Gonna be honest, it's feeling just a tiny bit neck heavy right now. Let's see how we do with neck dive. Nope, that's solid. Wow. I thought this was going to have some neck dive. Not really. It definitely maintains its position when you're standing. So that's cool. You can jump around like a lunatic with one of these things, and you're not going to be trying to constantly fight with it to get it to stay in the proper position. Very cool, guys. Very cool indeed. Let's do the 5-star rundown. Okay, so for packing, I'm going to give this thing 5 stars. I mean, like, you saw what it came in. The box was oversized. It came in a soft shell case by Gator. I've never seen one like that. I wish more guitar companies would ship in cases like that. It's lighter, it's softer, it's smaller, it takes up less space. I like that idea. And it really protected the guitar all the way from Berlin
Nie wieder Berlin
to Canada. Very cool indeed. Fit and finish. 5 stars. I could not find a single flaw on this guitar. No complaints whatsoever. The only thing I was curious about was the lack of a back cover, but honestly, it's not an issue. I thought it might have been. Nope, it's absolutely fine. Setup, 5 stars. This guitar was absolutely perfect right out of the box. Stays in tune. The action's brilliant. Oh, I'm just super excited about this thing. What can I say? Wow, what an instrument. Components, 5 stars. I've got no problem with any of this. The fact you get locking tuners on this guitar and an Evertune bridge, all on the same instrument, that means you're gonna get your guitar that stays in tune and you can change out the strings really quickly as well. That is just awesome. The pickups sound very nice, especially the single coil modes. I gotta say, I was kind of impressed by the amount of spank that they deliver. I mean, let's be honest here. They do the thing that humbuckers are supposed to do, and no complaints there. No extra noise, any of that stuff. So yeah, no gripes. This just works. Love the fact there's no tone knob either. It's just one volume knob, and it does the thing. That's killer. So overall score, this is a first on the show. This is a 5-star guitar. Hands down, through and through, it is absolutely flawless. Everything about this guitar is just perfection. And that's what I would expect on a guitar. Fuck! That is priced at 29.59 euros. Wow, that ain't cheap, that's for sure. But this is the thing, you are paying for quality. Wow, I think that's the first time I've ever said that on this show, actually. I've had to get a lot of guitars I paid a lot of money for, but this is the first time I can honestly say, yes, you're paying for a quality instrument. This is what you get when you spend over $3,000 on a custom shop guitar instead of one that comes off an assembly line. You get absolute perfection. Now, 2,959 euros as of today translates to 3,245 American dollars. And if you spend that kind of money on a made in America guitar, I don't know if you're gonna quite get that kind of quality that you would out of this instrument here. It's definitely worth taking a look at. All I can say is I just think this thing's absolutely flawless. Well done, Hapas. I look forward to using this on many demos to come down the road because this thing's got a real unique take on the instrument, and I think it just is absolutely fucking wicked what you guys have done here. Great job. I'm absolutely blown away. Now, if you want to find out some more about Hapas guitars and how you can get your hands on your own, I've got links in the description below to their website. You should check it out. They got some really cool designs. And if you want to see some more on custom one-of-a-kind guitars and you're into flying Vs, check this out. This is a Vicious guitar made in Toronto, Ontario, and I've got a video on this guitar right here.